Alright, so welcome back. Hoping you're having a fabulous day here today. I thought I'd go and update this because I haven't made a video like this in a little bit where I go and say what you should chase this year in characters and what you should start updating, leveling up, using, prioritizing, doing whatever with, because there are some units that you might want to if you're starting the game, or rather if you just want to know what some of the greatest or best units are that, again, this year's banners might have, and you're like, oh, if this unit's on this banner, maybe I jump in and splurge on it. Depends, but today I'm going to try my best here to cover every unit. If I miss anything, okay, comment down below. I might miss some stuff here, but hopefully I get everything on the dot. With that being said, let's jump into it. If you're new to the channel, like and subscribe. This is some sort of the best units that you should get, use, prioritize, do whatever with. So I went through GT database basically, and I did it this way where I go through each of the units. I sat here, I was like, okay, what units out of this list, out of every unit in the game that exist, which ones are the ones that you should chase, okay? Now, each one of these are situational. For example, this Zeldris is useless for a lot of content other than PvP. It's just the case. He is mainly focused towards Demon Team and PvP. Maybe if you're trying to run some Demon Team over in the Deer or something, still, he doesn't really check out too much, but that's mainly what he is. His purpose is Demon Team, okay? I'll give a little description for each unit, but yes, this Zeldris, he is there. If you try to run Esterosa, which is a very, very popular team right now, because Melee buffs demons very well, that's the thing you might be running. This is what pickup you might want, right? Getting dupes of this is great for that team also. Really, overall, he's a damn good unit. He is basically like the backline, or rather the passive put together for the demon team. So, pretty good unit. He has an effect, one of the only ones that kind of work out well with Melee. So, just realize this is a great pickup if you are trying to build in PvP a demon team. This will be like one of the best things. Thonar over here. For the wolves, there's no description needed. She is the only way you're able to beat it. Yes, you can go and suffer all you want. Without her, you need her to beat the wolves. Keep that in mind. There is no sugarcoating it, no going around it. She is busted for beating the wolves. Done. So, that's Skoll Hati, by the way, when I say wolves, keep that in mind. Next up, you need this for Grace, okay? This is probably the best, and this is not PvP only. The misconception that goes around Tarmiel is that it's only a PvE, P character. I really can't use it in PvE. Realize that there's so much content, maybe not the bird, but other content, where Red Tarmiel's Grace is super freaking goated, right? For example, one of your characters in the Deer might get attacked constantly, and you need Tarmiel to survive that, right? For example, if you run like the Freya team, Freya gets attacked. If you run a different like full DPS team, Milum or Yorm gets attacked. It's random, right? Who gets attacked? But realize that when you understand, okay, this character's getting attacked, I now slap on that Tarmiel Grace, and boom, you're literally restoring HP like it's nothing. Very strong and very powerful Grace for both PvE and PvP. This is probably a must-have. And again, as you get more dupes of it, the better it gets for CC and all of that associated. So keep that in mind. Green Sariel is very good and became more apparent in PvP due to the fact that debuffing is great for Melee. So realize this now, that some characters that just attack automatically, that's not a debuff card, will grant them a debuff because of the Grace. So another great freaking character to go and look for earlier or later in this year. Just keep it in mind, it is great and it is very good if you pull it, level it up, use it in PvP, and you'll see a difference. That also goes for red and blue Tarmiel. Both are still good for their Grace, but realize that this is very strong for that debuff. But again, red Sariel is not far behind, so realize that's also on the list. You also have Nanashi, recently getting a relic, which is freaking busted. Increases unknown race allies basic stats by 30%, then decreases the defense related stats of allies with 2 or fewer skills at the start of the allies turn, 20% for one turn. Recently I've been seeing a lot of Naofumis run around because this buffs Raphtalia so well that it's busted. It really is. So realize that if you are fond of like unknown teams or some sort of Nanashi Naofumi team, that this is going to be a great character to kind of invest into. You saw for that one final boss how much of a difference it made that the unknown team was able to clear, just because that much basic stat increase is busted, right? So realize that Nanashi recently did catch a huge buff, making a big comeback for him. Truth Seeker Merlin is still a super apparent and super annoying character. Yes, I know I'm saying to chase it, but realize that don't be a terrible person always and run this 20 out of 10 times in PvP. But yes, it is a great character. Regardless of anything, it's just she's busted. Okay, she'll just keep attack disabling you. That's the current meta. If it's not Purgatory Meliodas, which is funny that they're right back to back. If it's not someone running Purg Melee, it's somebody running Disable Merlin, right? But yes, Purg Melee also recently released. At some point, if this returns on a banner, that banner automatically turns to a must summon because of how broken he is. Who knows by that time if he does catch a nerf, like in the meaning that something releases that destroys him, but he is still busted. So Realize that now I don't see him falling off too quickly. So when I say it that way, just realize that if he does return on a banner, you might want to chase him, and you might want to also prioritize leveling him up, getting him ready. That doesn't, again, say that Trillion Meliodas isn't good. Trillion Meliodas is very good, and for a lot of PvE content where, it's kind of long form in the way you drag out turns and you need those buffs, he will be better, right? Damage reduction, all of that. Trillion Meliodas is still great. Again, not PvP oriented. He never really was too, oh my god, he is, without, if you look at it, yeah? This melee compared to this melee, this is PvP, this is PvE. That's the easiest way to go and break it down. Yes, he's better in some PvE content, but overall, it's just Trillion melee, right? So keep that in mind. That is currently where it looks like both melees are pretty good. So pulling either one is still great. Not just because one's newer, it's better. No, both are great. So keep that in mind. Next up, you have Magilda. Simple. It's for the bird. Only for the bird. Got to get it for the bird. Got it? This is great for the bird. Bird. Okay, there you go. I'll say it again. Bird. So have fun. Get that for that. This is for time limit dungeons, okay? If you see this character, you need it because it'll help you efficiently and fast farm any time limit dungeon content. So keep it in mind. If it appears on some sort of seasonal banner, might be a great pickup. It is a character that you should invest into, and do all of that with. You also have this, Fairy King Harlequin. Probably still a very 10 out of 10 unit, even though he gets slandered constantly. Don't run him in PvP. Screw off. Run him in PvE. For so much content does he still carry and actually help so many people out. Plus, with the addition of his new relic, he is so much freaking better. 15% plus another 15%. As soon as I get his relic, I'm going to craft it and run him on the dog team because he first provides so much protection, which removes most of the RNG, and he also does a lot of freaking damage now because of that extra 15%, which is freaking huge, okay? So keep this in mind. Great character, plus his relic now makes him even better, which is super great to see. Yorm is for the deer, keep that in mind. She is great, and if you want to go and beat the deer efficiently, efficiently, yeah, you need her. Without her, don't even try. Don't even attempt the deer, okay? In any of the demonic beasts, don't even attempt them without the specific character. It's hell, okay? Yes, it might be possible in some sort of capacity, but don't even attempt it without the characters. Get the characters, then attempt it. That's all I gotta say for you. So keep that in mind. Hijack Gother also, he really is good on so much stuff. Just because he creates it to be on the bird. I've been using him as a fast farming team. Oh my god. Never will I ever go back to any other team that does not have Gother. It's either Gother or Freya, depending on who you want to run. But damn, Gother is freaking good, alright? So both PvE, PvP, he kind of has some use. He is a very good character. Chasing him would be great. His passive and his relic also really help you. Increases allies' attack-related stats by 2% and max HP by 1% each time an ally uses a skill. Limit is 10 times, so keep that in mind. And when his ultimate gauge is full, 25% increase, which is huge, okay? With that being said, Sun God Freya also. This is a character that you should chase both for the initial copy and dupes because his 6/6 ultimate is great. For some reason, this stupid character still eludes me on dupes on both me and Jazzy's account. For some reason, I just can't get it, okay? And with dupes, he'll do so much better. Just, it doesn't happen. I can't dupe him out. I'm stuck at a 3/6 for Jazzy and a 1/6 for me. So, or maybe a 2/6 for me, but both of us are just down miserable on it. People are getting 6/6 on these last few banners. I can't. I literally can't. But yeah, Freya is one of them. He's good for literally every content. Maybe not PvP. Okay, maybe not. But every different content he is great for. Okay, so keep that in mind. That is one more thing. Berserker Sharosa, the pinnacle and staple kind of the demon team before Purg Melee. He still is great and used because of his darkness and all of that. Another great pickup. He is good for some PvE content. Mainly, again, I would lean PvP. But still, great character. Invest into him. Get him and run Demon Team. It's a great team. And it currently has caught 2 or 3 revives. So they have been focusing more demon content and characters, which is great. Ultimate Escanor. Holy crap. If you don't have this, you're suffering, right? He is point delete PvP. He is point delete PvE. He is point delete anything, okay? Literally pinnacle of everything. So as his name states, he is the flame of life. Get him. You need him. You don't have him. You're suffering. For so much content, I'll tell you that he's the greatest for. Again, maybe the deer he's not because he's a light unit. Still, if you want to use it, go use it. But great unit. You need this. If it's on a banner, automatically that banner becomes a must summon just for dupes of him because his passive his ultimate is so duped out that the passive is from it, right? Where if you die without even ulting, you get 4 stacks of life or 3 stacks or 2 stacks, right? That's why this character will be super, super juicy to chase. as time progresses and as he pops back up here and there, it makes the banner a must summon regardless, right? So keep that in mind. Elizabeth's still a great character. Sure, she doesn't see like too much play, if you will. Again, when Goddess Team catches a revive, she should really be kind of fundamental to it. But yeah, still a great character, regardless of anything. May not be like the top picks of the Light and Dark units we have currently. Still great. Queen Diane, a must-have for a lot of stuff too. She's great for PvP. A relic should be around the corner. That should be something to look forward to too. And what else is she good for? OG Demon. Her stance helps you in PvE content, story content, all that content. The bird, yeah, for her stance. She works in a lot of content, all right? Keep that in mind. Great character. The team that is currently formulated for beating the dragon is her, but not only her, so I'm not going to suggest it for that, but other things, yeah. This is great. Even though she is a kind of specialty unit, she is great for helping you beat the OG Demon. Keep this in mind, she's good for any deathmatch, which a lot of the time we get death matches. So this is a great character to kind of invest into and get for a lot of content also, mainly being death matches. If you have trouble with it, she's there for you. She'll just help you with OG Demon basically, right? Because hell, use red, she's red. Great character, 10 out of 10. I recently got her on one of the banners. I don't know which one, I think Melly. And oh my god, without her, it's crazy. Sure, it's a little bit more RNG, but with her, damn, easy breeze, all right? So that's there too. I did include Cusack here just because he is kind of rare, if you will, and he's not that bad. I was questioning if I should add it here, but I'm only saying that if you want him for Demon Team, which again, you don't need him by any means, you don't need him, but he is good, so I will leave that in the list. Chandler too, both are good, and they both serve a purpose, so I will leave them on the list. They are good characters. Ragnarok Bond is a must-have. This is crazy how much help he'll give you as a backline unit. 10 out of 10, you need him. Dupes for him is great for the reason of CC, so keep that in mind. Excalibur Arthur and Green Arthur also. I did include Freya. This right here is for basically just any content, right? So anything, just PvE oriented. For that boost, it is big, so that is there too. This character is just big in many ways, but yeah, Freya too, very good character. She is per se more, I would say PvE, for the reason that whatever I use her for is PvE only, but she's not that bad, and she was designed more so for PvP, though she really doesn't get there because Escanor and Melly exist. If they weren't existing, she's a great character. Because they exist, she can't exist, right? So keep that in mind. Mono's still not that bad, garbage, but did give us 100 gems, so I take that back. Collab characters also, just so you know, I didn't include them in this list, obviously, because I don't know what's rerunning this year. But this is also good. I did include this also. But Green Zealous is very good for the debuff passive he has. For unknown teams and stuff like that, that's great. Let's see. Valenti, I don't really like any of the Valentis. Terry, no, it's a collab unit. Don't know if it's returning. Shunna, not really. Green Shin's great too. But again, you don't want to like chase that unit per se. Other units kind of serve a purpose. For dupes, this is great. I didn't include Scotty. Wow. Scotty's great for farming Skoll Hati and like great for a lot of content too. So she is on the list. I don't know why I didn't open up a tab for her. If Rimuru returns this year at some point, that's a great pickup. Rim is really good. If ReZero returns, you get Rem because she's free. But if you don't get her for free, she's a great pickup. Reinhardt was good. Don't know about now. Raphtalia is pretty good. Naofumi is pretty good. Ram is great, but she was given for free. Don't know if that returns. This mono is also great. Just has fallen off a lot. This Milim is great. So if that does return, realize that's good too. This Merlin is great too, but I didn't include it because there's no point in chasing this Merlin. It was given to you twice. You had two times a chance to get it for free, so didn't include it. This Merlin also is great. Don't know if I included it in this list for some reason, but she is also really damn good. Just because of her debuffs and all that, she kind of works with unknown team pretty well. These Merlins you don't really want to chase. None of these Meliodas, hell no. Green Melascula isn't that bad at all. Red Matrona was given for free. Still a good unit to chase for some content because of her entire thing. This Ludociel is good too. Didn't include it per se, but still she does see a lot of play. This is great too, more limited banner. She has been falling off here and there because of just Escanor exist, and that's a super hard thing to go against. But she is still great. Regular Ludo too. Kizuna's great. None of these kings, hell no. Yorm as mentioned. Zanari's good too if you have her. She's good for the Belmoth demon, so keep that in mind too. None of the Hawks, none of that. Yeah, should have. Gringot's good. He was given for free though, so that's why I didn't count that. Gloxinia, none of these. I think I pretty much got it. Amelia's good. Was good. Definitely not now, but was good. Elaine's good for like fairy support. Akina's really good for just unknown support. The Eastons are just alright, not really too great. This is good for the Ragnarok team because you need that, you know, kind of damage cap thing. Now what is it? These are not really chase worthy, if I will. Brunhild's good. This Brunhild's good too, just falling off a little bit more. Purg Bond's kind of iffy too. But yeah, it's mainly it. Looks like I kind of got everything else. With that being said, that's the list of best characters to kind of chase this year and look forward to. Some of them I did miss, but I just went through here and got them. With that being said, I'll catch you in the next one. Have a stay safe. Peace out and enjoy. It's been it from me. And yeah, not bad.